Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here in TK Maths is Fun. In today's question, we will solve a past paper question on A-Level Mathematics M1, code is 9709. The topic the question covers is kinematic vertical motion and momentum. So it is taken from June 24, variant 41. You can see here 3 QR codes of my videos on P3, S2 and M1, and you can scan it to watch more videos on maths. So before I show you the question and discuss it, let's have a discussion on one very important concept on the directions of the vector. We know opposite directions mean opposite signs of the vector, right? We all know that. So suppose I'm talking about the first case. If you throw the ball up, mostly we take upward motion as a positive motion and downward motion as a negative motion according to the number line concept. Similarly, the right motion is considered as plus and left motion is considered as minus. However, if you want to take the signs reverse, answer will come same. The important thing is, remember, if directions are in the same direction, the vectors will have same sign. If directions are opposite, the sign will be opposite. For example, in this case, the ball is thrown up. The sign is positive. Acceleration is always acting downward due to the force of gravity of the earth, right? So, acceleration will be downward in this case. If you throw the ball down, acceleration is also acting downward, right? It is always acting downward. In this case and in this case, which are same, either you take all the sign negative or take all the sign positive. S is representing distance the ball will cover when it is coming down. So this concept we will apply in part C of the same question. So I hope you will have no issue then. Let's see the question. And I would recommend to keep drawing the explanation given in the question. It's easy to understand. Part A. A particle of mass 0.2 kg is projected vertically upwards from the horizontal ground with a speed 25 meter per second, which I have shown here in the diagram. Always draw diagram, not need to be a perfect, but for your understanding. Show that the speed p when it reaches 20 meter above the ground is 15 meter per second. So this is the situation. So this is a very simple case of constant acceleration formula. So the information given to us is u is initial velocity, v is final velocity, and a is equals to minus 10, like I have just explained it to you. Acceleration is acting downward, ball is thrown up, so your acceleration will be a is equals to minus 10, right? And s is the displacement which is covered is 20 meter. So you will simply apply the formula v square is equals to u square plus 2s and substitute the values in it, and you will get the answer, which will prove that the velocity at that point is 15 meter per second. Now part B. When P reaches at this point, right, 20 meter above the ground, when P reaches 20 meter above the ground, it collides with a second particle of Q of mass 0.1 kg, which is moving down at this speed. So there was some object Q which was coming down, and when P reached here, Q also reached here, and Q has velocity 20 meter per second and P has velocity 15 meter per second, and there is a collision. This is the situation. We have to find P is brought to instantaneously at rest in this collision. So what happened? After the collision, this just stopped instantaneously. Find the velocity of Q immediately after the collision. So that we will find out in part B. Situation you understood, right? So let's draw the diagram first of all. I have explained you the meaning of the question. So what I wrote here, I have written here. And now we know we will apply here the concept of linear momentum, law of conservation of linear momentum, which says that momentum before collision and after collision remains the same, right? You can watch more videos on momentum. I have explained in detail the whole topic, so you can scan the QR code and watch those videos. And I will try to put link in the description also. Okay, so after writing this, you will write a simple formula of momentum for particle P and particle Q. right? Now I'm substituting the value. As P was going up, I have taken plus 5, 15. Q was coming down, so I have taken minus 20, right? Because it was coming downward, so we are taking downward motion as negative. And after collision, what happened? P came to instantaneously at rest, so it is 0. And we can easily solve this equation and find the value of velocity of Q. Now you know if the velocity of Q has plus sign, it means it will move up. If it has minus sign, it is also coming down. Okay, so now it is coming plus, so it means it is upward, because we have seen here we have taken upward as plus and we have taken downward as negative. You can see from here. So now what actually happened after the collision, let me just see here. This was P, this was Q. Q will go up with the speed 10 meter per second, and then it will definitely return, right? After reaching to the highest point, it will return. At the highest point, its velocity will be what? 0. And when it will start moving after the collision, the velocity is what? 10. And what will be the acceleration here? Again minus 10. Agreed. Now let's see what is part C asking for. When P reaches the ground, now what happened after this collision here? The P instantaneously at rest, and then it comes back, right? And this is a ground. You know, that's why I draw the diagram in advance so that it is neat. So it comes back here and then it rebounds. This is what question is saying. When P reaches the ground, it rebounds back directly upward with half of the velocity. So whatever the velocity with which it will strike the ground, when it will rebound, the velocity will get half of it, right? Half of that velocity, but we'll find out. Immediately before hitting the ground, find the height above the ground at which P and Q next collide. Now what is happening? Q is also coming back from here, right? And P is also going up from here. So what happened? They will collide again somewhere. We have to find out this height. This is the meaning of the question. Okay. So now we need to see what we need to know now. There are 2-3 things, you know, because if you don't have this flow chart in your mind, you cannot solve the question. You may think why we are doing this, what is the reason. So now next step come in my mind is that I need to know how long P will take to come down. What is the reason? I want to know when P hits the ground, other than its velocity also I have to find out. I want to know how long it took to come down so that I know where Q is at that time. It is very important to know where Q is at that time. So let me find out here. I have drawn the diagram here again. Right, the situation which I have just explained is here again. So P was instantaneously at rest at this point, I have told you, at the collision. Using the constant acceleration formula, I am finding out its speed at which it will hit the ground. So that is speed when it is hitting the ground, let me call it Vg, is 20 meter per second. Right? You have seen I have written S20 and I have taken A10. You know why I have taken S distance 20 and A10 20? Because A is also plus and S is also plus. So because they both are acting downward from this point, so I have taken the sign plus for both of them. Like I said in the beginning, for the same directions we take same sign. Okay, or you can take both negative, it will be same. So I found the velocity is 20 meter per second. Now it will rebound. Velocity will get half according to the question, information given to us. So it will be half of it. Now I have to see where Q is, right? Time also I have taken, it is 2 seconds. The P will take 2 seconds to reach to the ground using the constant acceleration formula I have found. I need to know where Q is at that time. So when Q was going up from here, its velocity was 10 meter per second, right? And of course, after the highest point, it will come to rest and then come back. So when Q is reaching to the highest point, V is 0 and U was 10. A is minus 10 because from this point where the first collision happened, Q is going up and acceleration is acting down. That's why I've taken negative sign. It took 1 second. Now you know from the physics concept, when some object goes with the speed of suppose 10 meter per second, and it took, for example, 1 second to reach to this point, it will take exactly the same time to come back, 1 second, and it will have exactly the same speed with which it has gone up from here. So that's why I don't need to calculate all that. I know when Q is coming back here, right after coming back from the highest point, it will have again velocity 2 meter per second, and altogether it has taken 2 seconds. What does this mean? This was a ground. When P will rebound from here, Q will be at this point and it will come back, and this distance is 20 meter. Right? So let's see. I have written everything so that you can read and listen also. Sometimes people do not or find the speech fast, so it's better for them to have it in writing also. So what I have said, I have written here. Now this is the time when they are hitting. Now what is important thing here? The distance covered by Q and the distance covered by P. If we add this up, it will be equals to 20. So we will do what? SP plus SQ is equals to 20. So let me find out using constant acceleration formula distance covered by SP and distance covered by SQ. Okay. So now SQ is UT plus, now with respect to Q, because acceleration is downward, object is also coming downward, so I'm taking both positive. Okay. And for P, it is going up, but at this point acceleration is acting down, so I've taken here minus. Correct? And by the way, I will also show you if I take for Q both the things negative, so that there is no confusion left in your mind. So now, when I did SP plus SQ, I have added this and this. I got T 1 second. It means after 1 second, there will be a collision. Again, second collision. Just to show you, if I'm taking both negative, right? Like I said, both the direction are acting downward, U and A. So I'm taking both of them negative. And when I add up, remember the distance will be negative now, right? Because it is coming downward. So all the downward thing you are taking now, negative. So this will also giving you 1 second. Okay. Now, that was not the question. We have to find the height at which it is colliding. So now I can use SP because from the ground it is saying, and P particle was going up from the ground. So I will substitute in this equation the value of T, right? And you got the answer that it collided at 5 meters above the ground. I hope the question is clear. Please press like and subscribe button. It would be well appreciated, and share it with your friends. Any question, any particular question of a particular area you are interested me to explain it to you, you can write in the comments. Take care. Allah Hafiz.